What's going on YouTube and cryptocurrency family? My name is Harry and I am the Crypto Vet, and I'm just coming back with a little bit of an update on where we stand with Bitcoin right now, a little bit of Chainlink today, as well as where we're going from here and some price targets to actually look at to see what changes will escalate into other changes, basically. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Before we look at this, we'll go ahead and go to CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin's currently trading at 92.59, and everything's kind of in a low red here except for Cardano and Chainlink specifically. Chainlink is going crazy right now, but just as a quick update here, I am on the daily candle chart right now, and this is a zoom in from if you've been watching the videos that we've had before, and you can see here that we have been consolidating into a tighter pattern, and this is one of my old templates that I had, and it looks like we are pretty much using it kind of as a support. So this is the zone, that a lot of other people are saying that, if we were to drop, this is where it's going to happen. But we're kind of in this little rally and maybe a little bull flag here on the daily. And this candle closed about 4 hours ago. But if we go ahead and go to the 4 hour, I started recording now because depending on how we go from here in 9 seconds, we could potentially see another rally, the same, let me measure this here, amount. So we got just 1.1% here, and this could potentially just escalate another little build up to the upside here. So I'd say somewhere around here. All right, and if we can get to here, we'll be getting to the point where we will be testing that long-term support that we had before in the daily. So let me make it to where you guys can actually see everything. There we go. Just scrolling out here, we had that long-term resistance line, and we've been trading in this ascending channel here, and this is again the hourly chart since July 9th. We are in a sense testing the top of this. However, right now we're finding lots and lots of support on the 20 EMA, which I think that forces where we're at right now, this 92.76 range all the way up to 92.85. We're getting a lot of support and a lot of buys. So I have no doubts of seeing that we could potentially be going up from here to retest this high before we're going down. So no, if you again, I am a doctor/idiot. This is not financial advice, but if you were to try to do some trades right now, I would say longing for somewhere up here where I have the take profit and a stop loss just below this range here. When I originally made this purchase for this stop loss, I made it when we were down here, which is showing so far to be a pretty good buy as of now. But we'll see how it plays off. If you were riding this up right now, this would be a good time to take some profits and see what you could get as far as potentially making some of your money back if you did buy in at a bad time. So right here, we'll see if I can, but I already took some profits somewhere in the middle of this because, anything can happen at any time. So if that was my last chance to take profits, I did some there, and I will have some more here before we get up to there. So not much else new on Bitcoin. The main thing that happened today is the hash ribbon indicator is actually now in the buy. And you can also see here, if we zoom out a little bit, there we go. On the right hand side here, we can see that the indicator is actually now on the buy part, whereas before it wasn't. We're not into too much of an overbought territory, so this is just at the bare bones hour and shorter chart looking. And if we zoom out to say like the 4 hour, we can come in here and see that we could be again making another little bull flag here to test this upper one. It just really depends how we close here in the next 4 hours, whether or not we're going to be staying down here and this was our pump, or go from there. But the biggest thing that happened as far as what I think is really, really good is when you're looking in this area here where that ascending channel was that I had going up, we've been finding lots and lots of support off of this line that I had drawn before, But if we go even further, we can see that we are being supported right now by the 20 EMA. It's coming up to here, and it's showing great support, and we're trading consistently above that. If we were to close this daily candle here above this 20 exponential moving average, I would have a lot of high hopes as the macro trends would take over compared to the little micro trends that are happening now in the market. So, and again, you can still see my stop loss and take profit here that I had from before, just practicing to see what goes. But if we go to Link now, let me go back to this one here first, and we take a look at what's going on. You can also see some trades that I was planning to make or already did just to see. But right now we are trading right above the limits of the Bollinger Bands. This is brand new uncharted territory, so we'd make sure we don't want to oversell, because if we overextend too much, we'll correct in that exact same manner. So just doing some fib retracement on Link here. These are my previous resistance line or support lines and resistance lines that I had from before. If we look and do a fib retracement of this whole rally thus far, we're getting to the point where at the 0.236 was where we were having some resistance here. So, but if we move into the 4 hour, you can see here that we are, rallying 3 white soldiers almost here, going up. And just a retracement of this rally until we actually had a drop was about 20%. So we could expect to go up another 20%, or if we did here with this one extension, we could be at the top and we'll go down a little bit, maybe to the $7.50 range. Maybe a little bit more accumulation, which would be healthy for the market, and then more of a rally. So if you're anywhere in this spot, I would say taking a little bit of profits right now, but not selling all, would be a very smart idea. But again, this is not financial advice, just some random thoughts from a stranger. So again, with the measuring here, this was 37% over that amount of time. So yeah. We are definitely at a time where some selling could be a good idea to take some profits, and hopefully this momentum continues. We stay above the moving averages and go from there. A little bit of news right now. So this here is an article from where's the guy at? Nick Chung. That says, an analyst, Bitcoin's price action looks like the start of a 2017 2000% rally. And I kind of agree. If we zoom all the way out here, we have these patterns that I drew a while ago and kind of explained in my last couple of videos. Right before we started this rally right here, this big one, and this one right here, we had similar signs as far as the consolidation, lots and lots of resistance and support that was coming out and showing that we had a very tight market. The little bitty spinning tops candlesticks were seen more often, and it happened in this exact same pattern. So if this is one pattern here with our dump, this would be the next pattern, and then this here would just be due to the fact that we had Corona and not actually part of this data, and we are continuing a long-term bear trend here, and we're due for a reversal to go to the upside. So that's that trend that they're showing is linking lots and lots of stuff here. So what is it right here? Some such as Gold Bull Peter Schiff believe that this consolidation was all to the downside. Definitely a huge chance that it could go to the downside. All this is saying that there's a trend reversal potentially, and also that we have no volatility, so the getting all that volatility back is going to be a huge change up or a huge change down. So I'm still a little more bullish now than I was bearish, but like I said, I could be 100% wrong. There are lots of scenarios that play out to the bottom, and then if that does happen, I will just try to my best to accumulate more, and that way I can cut my losses in the long run. But so scrolling down, so here's some of those rallies that occurred right after halvings. So halving is right here, and you can see that we are coming to the point where we're in a tight candlestick formation here, and we could potentially go up or down, but based off of the halving and then the hash ribbon rate and all that stuff, they're all saying that we are now in a time of buy. And actually, for the first time in a while, I saw that on TradingView that it was in the buy symbol. One important thing I saw here was exactly the hash ribbon right here. A crucial signal has just appeared on Bitcoin's chart this week, and the hash ribbons printed a buy. The hash ribbons is a technical indicator tracking the health of Bitcoin miners. As the chart below indicates, every time the signal has formed, the cryptocurrency has proceeded to rally strongly. So it's happened over and over and over. It doesn't mean that it's going to keep happening, because technically the more times it keeps happening, there's a greater chance that the other thing will happen. But all of these are doing is just checking the hash rate as far as the whole Bitcoin system that everybody is running back and forth on to manage the ledger. And so far this has always been right. So this information getting out could potentially push people's buys a little bit higher, which could start a rally. So one big thing I wanted to bring up. And then last, there was a guy, Adam Beck, the CEO of Blockstream, told Bloomberg in an interview in early June that he thinks Bitcoin will hit 300,000 in 5 years. It's very much possible. I've tried doing some of the supports and the different trends that they're following to actually do it. And, yeah, it's definitely possible. If we had a lot more adoption of cryptocurrency and, not as much Corona and other bad things around, there's definitely a chance that this could go up that high and much sooner than people think. He attributed this sentiment to his sentiment that money printing by central banks will drive Bitcoin higher. Right now, I was saying before that we would have to have a drop first before we could go up for the healthy market. But with all the money that's being dumped in, the money is getting pushed in there, but we're comparing it against the US dollar, which, at the same time is being falsely inflated. So I can see how this here would definitely make people not want to buy, but there's enough people now in the space who do want to buy. So, this is a game. We're going to see who's winning right now, the people who want it more or the people who don't. So Beck added that he thinks real estate and bonds are poor investments when compared to Bitcoin's risk-return potential. And so that was about it on this article. Another thing I found was a multi-million-dollar buy wall stopping Bitcoin from losing at 9,100. This is also from Nick Zhang, and I actually looked into this and to check. This is the exact same chart that I was able to see, and there's just a huge buy wall. That means a lot of people have put in either a stop loss or something at this point to make sure it doesn't go below this. But a multi-million-dollar buy wall is nothing compared to the 280 something billion dollar market cap that's there. This could move it a little bit and push the momentum or slow down the bear's momentum going down. Either way, it's not that much, but I thought I would throw it in here because this is bullish information. Anybody who's in this right now knows it's a lot easier to make money on the up than it is on the down. So, and the last interesting thing I found was another thing of scam, but in this case, Bitcoin was being bought as the reward, and Bitcoiners weren't actually getting scammed. But RuneScape hackers use glitch to make trillions in game and use profits to buy Bitcoins. This is from Michael Levere and Crypto Globe. So these RuneScape hackers are able to exploit a double spend glitch to generate trillions of in-game currency and use the profits to buy Bitcoin. I don't know if anybody else likes video games, but I absolutely love them. I was playing Destiny right before this, as well as The Escapist 2. That's what I do when I'm not doing this. I play lots of video games. Played a lot of RuneScape. One of my buddies still plays, I think. And, I known about these glitches and stuff, but, there were nothing that was easy to do on our end. And, all we would do is want to buy better weapons and crap, not actually sell the currency, which I found out at least about a year ago that there's like an eBay where you just trade in like 1 billion gold on RuneScape and then, bam, $20 gets paid the other way. So, hey, however you make your money. But the RuneScape hackers were able to exploit a double spend glitch to generate the trillions of in-game currency, and just some of the profits were used to buy Bitcoin. So at least they were working. They were trying to make a little money playing games and invest in it later. But well, guys, I really appreciate you coming in, tuning in to my predictions. You know, there's nothing crazy happening. It's either going to happen in the next couple weeks, or it'll just do a slow trend one way or the other. You know, anything is possible. But if you want to hear more information, you know, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me something else to look at. I'll be sure to link all the articles in the description. And if you want any news and updates, please follow me on Twitter at XRPVeterinarian. And without further ado, you have a good night.